Now go for it.
Hi, my name is Scott. I'm from Royal Oak, and I'm a media arts and animation major. When I get on a project, I actually turn into a whole different person because I don't stop until it's done. You get to be my age, you start to get a lot of things that are like negative factors. You get people telling you, one, that you're too old, or that you're wasting your time. And the biggest one is I usually get a lot of people that doubt what I'm doing here. And you just have to either put that behind you and put it in the back of your head, or you just talk to somebody about it and make sure that you know what you're doing is right. Because before I started here, I called the one person I could trust, which is my brother. And I had a nice long conversation with him. I told him what I was thinking of doing. The next thing you know, he's on the phone. He's like, okay. He goes, I just got one thing to say. He's like, okay, what's that? He goes, about damn time. Family's pretty important. If you don't have a good safety net at home and support, you're going to end up with a lot of factors that just clash between one another. My son's old enough to where he can do a lot of things himself, but he's still considered a child. You still have to do the things and go to school, and you still got to do the PTA stuff and make sure you're involved in his life. But in the same sense, you have to keep involved in your own life. And the way that I use it as an influence to him, because when I come home and I show him, straight A's, this is what you get when you put your hard effort and your hard work in it. Yeah, the class is, it's a lot of headaches, but when you're done, that grade at the end is what counts.
No, that was good. Do it again, but hold it a little longer.
Hi, my name's Amanda. I'm from Goodrich, Michigan, and I'm a student in the Web Design and Interactive Media program. 3 words that describe me are determined, creative, and passionate. I was a little apprehensive coming to this school just because I had done graphic design and things like that, and I didn't know if going into web design and interactive media, if it would be too complex or too far past what I wanted to do, because I do like to just design. But once I got into things, I found that graphic design and interactive media, they're actually they correlate together really nicely, and they make a good pair, so it's nice to have both. I like to work with typography, work with different shapes, the layout of things. Just organizing information is kind of where my style is. This right here is actually a hockey apparel company that I did a website for. It took a lot of work and trying to come up with different things and troubleshooting and stuff like that. So this project actually taught me a lot just about myself as a designer, and how you can make things happen just by putting in hard work, asking questions, looking things up online, to where you can get a final product that is good for the client.
Hi, I'm Isaiah. I'm a photography major, and I'm from Detroit. I've always been doing photography. I've been photography for about 5 years. Thought it would be a good time to get my credentials and to learn more. For me, I'd say there was a little bit of fear. Didn't know what to expect. And to my family, going to art school, it's like, can you make a business in art? But this is what I do, this is what I love. I couldn't see myself doing anything else, so this is where I want to be. My proudest moment as a photographer was probably when I did an event for a family. It was a baby shower. Once I presented the product to the family, they just broke down crying. And that really showed me that photography can change lives. It can help other people.
My name is Kevin. I'm from Canton, Michigan, and I'm a second-year audio student.
You gotta be halfway or more through.
I started here, I was 30 years old. I was in the Army for 11 years, so I was a little bit behind the power curve, starting school with 18, 19-year-olds, and jumping back into the school aspect on top of learning a completely new discipline was very nerve-wracking for me. My overall goal is to graduate from the school and become an audio engineer, preferably in a music studio, if not probably either films or video games. I tell people straight, and I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If it's garbage, it's garbage. If it's good, it's good.
Do it again and hold it.
My name is Megan. I'm from West Bloomfield, Michigan. I am currently attending the Art Institute, going into culinary arts, and then after that I will be doing my bachelor degree for culinary management. When I first attended here, there was no fear. All the teachers really explained everything very well. They were very fun and eccentric and excited to teach, and all the students seemed to be very excited to learn. We had very big classes, so that was great. I like to modernize food. I like to create just art out of it. I love different flavors. Food comes from the heart. I definitely think people come together when there's food around. I think it makes people happier. I think it starts up conversation. I think it's the heart of everything.
You can do whatever you want.
Hi, my name is Erica from Troy, Michigan, and I'm a fashion merchandising major. Fashion is important because it says a lot about you. What you wear says a lot about you. Well, my future is I want to do a lot. So I want to start off as just working in the industry. So probably I will start off to assist or design for a company. Then I will actually come out with my own design, with my own clothing line. I just coming in, I was just kind of blindsided almost. But when I got here, I figured out how to, work my talents or whatever I needed to work on.
Give advice to a culinary student that's just coming into the program.
Listen to your instructors. You may think you know it all, but you don't. Doesn't matter what you've learned before, what anyone else has told you. They know what they're talking about. They've been in the industry.
My advice to incoming students that are going to photography, I'd say study here, work hard. You're going to have a lot of classes, and they're not going to all be easy. And do your best.
If you have a passion for it, keep doing it and keep working towards your goals.
And don't just do photography in school. Do photography outside of school. Photography is not something you just do once a month. It's a daily thing. You got to practice and practice and practice. And this school will help you. It's the best decision I've ever made.
You got to be motivated to be able to learn and to be able to finish this at the quality and the professionalism that you need to be able to go out and get a job.
Always go to class, because if you don't, it'll be your problem. You will have to deal with it. Attendance is a lot.
Couple pieces of advice. One, show up every day. If you're not going to be here, let somebody know you're not going to be here, because you're not just wasting your own time, you're wasting their time.
Even if you feel like you can't do it, if you feel like you don't have everything together, just bring it in. Somebody will help you. Somebody will push you through. But just always come to class and do your work and work your best.
Another thing too is when you get an assignment, get everything that you need for it beforehand, so that you're not sitting there on the last day trying to figure out, do I have everything together? Does it look good? Any of those other things.
Coming in with a very open attitude. I came in just as a designer, and now at my job I'm going into development and coding and things like that, which I never would have thought I wanted to do. So it's just be very open to the different opportunities that present themselves. You might even find that you come for graphic design and you like the web side of things and you switch over to web design interactive media. So I would just say the biggest thing is being definitely open to, people's suggestions and things like that, because they're here to mold you and make you into what you're going to be.
And three, make a lot of friends here, because your friends here start to look at your own work. They're going to give you the best advice that you've ever given, because the honest answer doesn't come from somebody that knows you very well. It comes from another stranger who could look at your work and say, hey, this looks good, but you need to change this. This looks better if you would do this. And don't be afraid to give advice to anybody else too. Make sure that your advice is given and you give the advice back. That's part of being at school, is you can critique everybody else's stuff, but critique your own as well.